All right, this is the lesson 2, part 2 reteach. Okay, so you need your inequalities cheat sheet to help you out. Okay, so what we are going to be practicing is writing an inequality to represent, or that's represented by a number line. Okay, so we broke it down into different steps. Okay, so the first thing you should do always is write your variable, and we always use x on the left side of the inequality, or basically what this is saying is you write the x first. Okay, so I did that. Determine what number the circle is placed at on the number line. Okay, and then I'm going to put that to the right, or I'm going to put that second. Okay, so I'm going to count, if this is 20, 21, it is at 22. Okay, then I'm going to determine which way the arrow is pointing. Okay, so if it's pointing to the left, that means less than. So you can think left, less. If it's pointing to the right, that means greater. Okay, so this one is pointing to the right, which is greater than. So if you want to, you can look at this sheet. Okay, if the arrow is pointing to the right, it's greater than. If it's pointing to the left, it's less than. Or you can just kind of, okay, the arrow is going this way, so that's what my symbol is going to look like, going this way. Okay, it matches the arrow. The next thing I have to do is decide, is this just greater than, or is it greater than or equal to? So that's where I look at the actual circle. If the circle is open, it would be just greater than. If the circle is closed, that means it could also be equal to, so my symbol should be greater than or equal to. Okay, number 2. I'm going to write my variable on the left. Just start by writing x. I'm going to write my number on the right. Okay, so these are negative numbers, so be careful. I'm not counting up, I'm counting down. So, or I can count up but going the left way. Okay, so negative 70, negative 71, negative 72, negative 73. So I'm going to write negative 73 right here. Okay, I'm going to see which way the arrow is pointing. My arrow is pointing to the left, so I'm going to copy down the symbol, less than, the arrow pointing to the left, and I'm going to look at the circle. It is open, which means I'm not adding an equal sign, okay? My open circle represents just less than, not less than or equal to. Okay, number 3. I'm going to write my x, simple first step. I'm going to look for my number, so these are negative numbers again, so be careful. I have 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Write that here. Next, I am going to see which way the arrow is pointing. It's pointing to the left. Okay, so I'm going to draw my inequality symbol just like my arrow. Okay, I'm going to see if the circle is, did that step. I'm going to determine if the circle is open or closed. In this case, it's closed. When I have a closed circle, it's going to be less than or equal to. Okay, so I'm going to add that at the bottom. Number 4, write my variables. Step 1. Step 2, I'm going to determine my number. Okay, so this one's a little tricky. My circle is in between 45 and 46. So if it's right in the middle, that means it's 45 and a half. I'm going to use a decimal, 45.5. Okay? Which way is my arrow pointing? It is pointing to the right. Right means greater than. Okay, pointing to the right. I am going to look at my circle, see if it's open or closed. In this case, it's open, so I am not going to add the equals to. It's just greater than. Okay, go ahead and do the U-tries and get them checked by a teacher.